60 coming to you live from the news hub here at Adesawe Kanda. I am Portia Gabor.
And my name is Paa Kwesi Asare. Coming up in the next 60 minutes.
360 Headlines is brought to you by
Flamingo Paint,
Pepsodent Charcoal and Pepsodent Herbal.
Tonight, there is a strong push by the majority in Parliament for the House to be recalled barely 24 hours after the Speaker adjourned proceedings indefinitely.
Anti-LGBTQ promoters set to demonstrate on August 21 over what they say is the delay by the courts in dealing with pending cases.
Also coming up tonight, President Akufo-Addo launches district road program to improve community roads across the country, but already there are concerns about the cost.
In business news, Ghana Private Road Transport Union sticks to fare increase plan, citing other cost pressures despite projected decline in fuel prices.
And elsewhere on the continent, Sudan's military leader survives assassination attempt. We've got details of all these stories and many more coming up in the next 60 minutes. Remember, we're streaming live on Facebook. We're also live on your DSTV channel 279. You can join us with your views, comments, and suggestions on any of our top stories this hour. Feel free to visit any of our social media pages on Facebook and on X. To begin with, there's a strong push by the majority in Parliament for the House to be recalled barely 24 hours after the majority is demanding an emergency recall of Parliament. This comes barely 24 hours of the Speaker of Parliament had adjourned proceedings indefinitely. Majority Leader Alexander Apenyo-Markins has written to the Speaker, triggering the relevant constitutional provisions in support of the recall.
I was in the chamber. I called for motion 23, which had to do with the 250 million facility from the World Bank. And I signaled my colleague, Dr. Atufosin, to meet with me so that we discuss the nominees, the Supreme Court nominees. Because you have, as you may be well aware, earlier, the Minority Chief Whip had raised some issues regarding the vetting process, and I didn't want a situation where there was going to be a repeated banter. It was when we were in that discussion, the minority leader, my good self, my deputy, and some committee members were in that discussion on the sixth floor in the deputy majority whip's office when monitoring proceedings on the telly. We sadly realized that Mr. Speaker was about adjourning CBD. Surprisingly, he did not give his closing remarks. Neither did he allow leaders to even make certain remarks, which have become part of the practice of Parliament. And these are worrying. Very worried. That notwithstanding, Mr. Speaker is the father of Parliament. He presides. We don't want to go into any banter with him. We will not act in a manner disrespectful of the chair, except to say that we vehemently disagree with the unilateral decision to adjourn the House. What is our next step? We are, with immediate effect, going to engage our caucus with the sole aim at getting the necessary consent of members to procure their signatories to recall the House in accordance with law. So expect to see a recall request from us.
Right, let's now run you through the outstanding government business the majority leader wants addressed urgently. Of course, the urgent business is the $250 million financing agreement between the Government of Ghana and International Development Association of Ghana Energy Sector Recovery Program. Also, the request for tax exemption for designated beneficiaries under the One District, One Factory program, and the International Development Association facility of $250 million for the Ghana Financial Stability Fund. Also, the Budget Bill 2023, the Rents Bill 2023, the University of Local Governance and Development Bill 2024, the Environmental Protection Bill 2024, Interstate Succession Bill 2022, the National Petroleum Authority Bill 2024, the Ghana Industrial Property Office Bill 2024, the Chartered Institutes of Reconstruction and Insolvency Practitioners Bill 2023. And the majority leader, Alexander Afenyo-Markin, says, we respectfully, I quote, we respectfully urge you to summon Parliament for an extraordinary session within the stipulated 7-day period. Let's get on the phone lines now and speak to Samuel Bin, who is with the Parliamentary Network Africa. Sami, thank you. Once again, it does appear that the House could not agree on what business to conclude before adjourning, making the recall necessary. Now, must we be worried about this latest development?
Well, yes, we must. It is becoming one too many. We will recall, as you have eloquently explained, that prior to the adjournment in the last meeting of Parliament, similar circumstances occurred, occasioning a recall later, and we are having a similar situation now. Recalls are generally not a bad thing. They are part of the rules of Parliament and what have you. But the circumstances that are leading to these recalls are the areas that we need to be worried about. Seeing that it appears that the majority side, minority side are not agreeing on the businesses to be concluded on. Seeing that they don't seem to be building consensus with the Speaker. Seeing that the Speaker is adjourning the House indefinitely without the procedural closing ceremonies that usually takes place. All of these things are causes for worry. But for me, the greater issue or the bigger issue is we need to start interrogating whether those who are responsible for government business in Parliament really are doing a good job by ensuring that when there is room for all of these businesses to take place, they allow these businesses to take place. So we don't wait for the very, very last minute when both sides have agreed that that is when the House should be adjourning, for their recess, only for such surprises to be pulled. Because then it appears that the Speaker also has no appetite for these surprises. And when those surprises are pulled on him, he goes the other way around.
Well, Sami, we've got just a few months to elections, and it appears from the list of activities that the House may not be able to deal with all the matters within a day. Now, how do you expect the leaders on both sides to approach this matter once and for all?
There is this one issue that we've been speaking about all these years, is the issue of Parliament having an attitude where once they have, easy days, relaxed days, days where there's not much of government business comes up. The House adjourns, sitting very early in the day, and everybody has a field day. Only to wait until the very last minute, final days, and then they are piling up issues, closing at midnight, closing after midnight, trying to pile up all manner of issues towards ensuring that these things get passed within the very final minute. And these things have the potential and the risk of not having members of Parliament scrutinize them as effectively and efficiently as they would have wanted to do. And that must be avoided. That must be prevented. And so for me, I am seeing a situation where there are too many, at least now there are two examples, two instances, which is showing clearly that if the leadership of government business in Parliament fail to do their work in ensuring that they the edge on government, the executive branch and its stakeholders to bring the necessary businesses to Parliament to be concluded on. We cannot blame people for last-minute intentions to push these things in and people resisting them.
Thanks very much, Sammy Obeng. We've got to leave it here. He's with the Parliamentary Network Africa.
In more news tonight, President Akufo-Addo has challenged Ghanaians to hold their district assemblies responsible for the bad roads in their communities. This was after he launched the District Road Improvement Program for accelerated communal road development. Stanley Nido reports.
Ghana has several kilometers of its road networks untarred and deplorable. The situation is even worse in deprived districts. Countless potholes and craters, as well as erosion, are the characteristics of some inner feeder and major roads in almost every district in the country, affecting commuting hours, impacting negatively on healthcare access, and slowing fortunes of local businesses. It is more Herculean for motorists desirous of carting food from farm gates to urban centers as they frequently break down due to severe road defects. The initiation of the District Road Improvement Program by government is to augment the 10 billion cedi road infrastructure investment this year to address the prevailing road situations in the country. Per the program, all 261 MMDAs will take delivery of construction equipment comprising tipper trucks, rollers, payloaders, bulldozers, excavators and vans for administrative duties. The equipment assembled in Ghana by JA Plant Pool have been fitted with tracking devices for real-time monitoring of their location and fuel consumption. President Akufo-Addo charged the citizens to press upon their assemblies for prompt repair of their roads.
Today, we launch more than just a program. We launch a new era of progress and development. As we embark on this transformative journey, let us all play our part in ensuring the success of the District Road Improvement Program DRIP. Hold your local authorities accountable, participate in community engagements, and contribute to the maintenance and preservation of the improved road infrastructure.
Executive Chairman of the Jospon Group, Joseph Oponsian, said prudent maintenance system of the equipment have been put in place to foster longevity of the vehicles.
To provide real-time after sales, we have with our partners 32 mobile service vans equipped with all tools to provide 24/7 to these equipments that will be deployed in the various districts. We have also established state-of-the-art call center, 24-hour call center, that when any equipment operator has a problem, he can call so that we can come to his aid.
MP for Kwewu Afram Plains North, Betty Crosby Mensah, underscored the importance of the vehicles to the development of road infrastructure in the district, even though there are concerns about how the fleet of the heavy-duty vehicles could be fueled.
The whole objective is to ensure that we construct our roads and make them motorable so that Ghanaians will be comfortable, especially rural communities such as the Afram Plains North. So we have received ours today, and I'm very sure that at the end of the day, as a member of parliament, I'm also going to do my possible best to also fuel the trucks so that roads that are not, motorable, that we cannot easily commute from one place to the other, those roads will be paved and the people will have access road.
The Ministry of Roads and Highways is meanwhile urging the public to report potholes or major road defects in their communities by calling 0307 007 001. Stanley Nibleu, TV3 News, Accra.
Meanwhile, Boku Central MP Mahama Yariga has written to the Ministry of Local Government requesting information relating to the project. He wants to know the cost of each unit of equipment to be supplied. He joins us on the phone lines. Honorable, thank you so much for your time. First of all, what is informing this request? Is it your suspicion that the prices may be bloated, or it's just a pure accountability exercise?
Well, good evening to you and your viewers and listeners. As you listen to them the whole day, speech after speech, one thing that is glaringly missing is talk about the price of the equipment. African leaders have an attitude. They will come and line up such huge infrastructure enhancing equipment and say, we have bought this, we have bought that, but they never tell you at what price did they buy the item. So ours is just to ask a simple question: what is the price of the equipment? And it is for the purposes of transparency, openness, and also to ensure that there is value for money. That is why we're asking that question. So we're waiting for the answers.
Okay, your request does admit that Parliament approved some funds. Should that not suffice for now, at least?
Yeah, Parliament approved the purchase of the equipment, but then the price at which you purchase it is not stated in Parliament's approval. It is the procuring authority that will go and then negotiate the price and then procure. And after you have procured that, we can now know the price at which you have procured. So yes, Parliament approved the project, Parliament approved financing for it, but the unit prices was not approved by Parliament. The unit prices are only known by those who procured them, and so they should tell us what the unit prices are.
Honourable, thank you so much for your time, and Mahama Yariga is Boku Central MP.
Reminder, so watching News 360, this is our major news bulletin for the day. We're streaming live on Facebook. We're also live on your DSTV channel 279. Now, sponsors of the Anti-LGBTQ bill have announced plans to demonstrate against the Chief Justice on August 21 over what they perceive as delays in the process of transmitting the bill to the President. The lead sponsor of the Anti-LGBTQ bill, Samuel Nate George, along with some minority members, paid a courtesy call on the National Chief Imam and the acting president of the Osu Traditional Council ahead of the demonstration to ensure the bill is forwarded to the president for his assent.
When Parliament passed the bill, it ought to go to the president for his approval. Since 28th of February, it's been one story after another. Now what we hear is that there's a court case. We said, okay, fine. Let's wait for the courts to rule on the case. The courts fixed 17th of July for the case, the injunction against Parliament. On the 17th of July, when we went to court, the Chief Justice now says that she's pushed the case towards the end of the year, and she wants to hear the whole case, which can even go into next year, before she even rules on the injunction. Meaning that till that is done, we can't have any headway with this bill that is law. As children of God and as Ghanaians, we know it is against our religion, it's against our culture. We want to do a peaceful march on the 21st of August to the Chief Justice. Because right now it's not the president that's holding it, it is the Chief Justice. She's the one who is preventing Parliament from sending it to the president. So we don't have a problem with the president. We don't have a problem with the speaker. Our problem is with the Chief Justice.
Welcome to your Election Command Center. The battle for who occupies the highest position of the land has intensified with less than 5 months to Ghana's general election, but so have the calls for peace. In this special report, Beatrice Edu explores the thoughts of a former Commissioner of Human Rights and Administrative Justice, Emil Short, ahead of the polls.
Ghana goes to the polls in December 2024, and the atmosphere is already getting tensed. With less than 5 months, no political party wants to leave anything to chance.
We're going to improve the free SHS. We are going to work hard to remove the obnoxious double-track system. All our children can go to school at the same time.
In terms of agricultural growth, we've done better. Industrial growth, we've done better. Jobs, we have done better. Trade balance, we have done better. Current account, we have done better.
And civil society organizations are equally concerned.
Please, if you lose, accept it gracefully. There will be another time, another opportunity. Carry your message clearly, and the people of Ghana will listen to you.
It is why retired judge and the first commissioner of the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, Shraj, Justice Emil Short, thinks that it is time to start the conversation on ensuring peaceful polls come December 2024.
This is my most important consideration and appeal to the political parties, that we should have an election throughout the campaign period, on the day of the election and thereafter, that everything will be done in a peaceful manner, that the elections themselves will be conducted in a transparent, free and fair manner.
Justice Short has a point to make. Ghana lost 8 people during the 2020 general election. To him, it was needless. And going into this year's election, there is no point repeating that.
The political parties and their supporters would ensure that this is an election that is totally free from violence. There is absolutely no reason why anybody should be hurt or killed just because of elections.
Emil Short has had an interesting past of not just working in Ghana, but also in Rwanda after that country's genocide. And so the talk of violence and loss of lives resonates a sense of personal responsibility, not just for him, but those who are in position for change. And that is why he believes that the current administration of Shraj could have done better.
I would have expected that this matter would have been resolved long ago, but here again, as I said, I'm not in a position to determine why the investigation into the deaths which occurred has not been completed. I think everybody would have expected that before the next election, this matter would have been resolved.
He thinks that could boost confidence in the populace ahead of the polls.
That would be desirable. It will build greater confidence going forward with the 2024 election.
He wants those responsible to be brought to book.
Definitely, accountability must be upheld. That is one area in which we have not done very well. Accountability has been weak.
Now, the race for the parliamentary seat in Owutu-Senya East has intensified, with both the ruling New Patriotic Party and the main opposition National Democratic Congress vowing to wrestle control of the constituency. Well, while the incumbent Hawa Kumsin believes her track record of development will win her the seat, the NDC parliamentary candidate Na Koyo believes otherwise. Frederick Konzote Ani reports.
I believe we will debate on issues. I believe we are here as intellectuals. I believe we are here as matured minds.
But I'm mature than you.
We are here to debate on issues.
I beg you.
We are here to debate on issues.
My second
we are here to debate on issues. So say what you want to say.
Respond to
what you want to say.
It was a heated atmosphere as candidates and supporters of the two leading parties, the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress, took jabs at each other. The Owutu-Senya East constituency has been a safe seat for the governing NPP since its creation in 2012, a development the opposition NDC has vowed to change.
She's not on top of issues in Kaswa. If she wants to do chew and pour, she should sit down and learn well. So when you are chewing and you are pouring, you have your facts.
Speaking during TV3 Community Manifesto, the incumbent Member of Parliament said her track record of development and exemplary leadership would win her the seat.
I've been tried and tested, and you know me very well. na adwuma pa na meya no menye ekoso fa kaswa animonyam.
But constituents say they have seen little or no tangible development in the constituency.
Eutu Senya East, root, ye pejuma aye. And say, Kasane Kosunu, like Obiaka Lydia, but no cranny say, Kaswa is smelling. They should address those issues and stop telling us stories. We are tired of them.
For the NDC parliamentary candidate, a vote for her in the upcoming elections is a vote for progress and prosperity.
Kaswa has said, youth, Bruno, our youth are suffering. When you look at the demographics of Kaswa, Bruno 68%. Obia enye ejuma. Kakrana ewa ejuma eyano. Omobefroka. Accra at the end of the month, the salary no a yes sign, and ya obia obetina baby. Akwakase, Kaswa youth a lazy derby, Kaswa for engine to move because a bedroom na ewa has said no, they are not lazy. The youth of Kaswa are not lazy. They are energized to work when there is a provision of a job employment for them.
With tensions running high and the final countdown to election day underway, the people of Ewutu Senya East are bracing for a no-hold-barred political showdown that could have far-reaching implications for the country's political landscape.
In more election-related stories, a former national chairman of the People's National Convention Party, Bernard Mona, has officially declared his intent to contest the flag-bearership race of his party. He made this announcement at the party's campaign office in Accra, where he accused successive governments of bad leadership.
Ghana's political landscape has been dominated by the NPP and the NDC, alternating power since 1992. The duopoly has marginalized smaller parties, leading to a decline in the electoral performance, with independent candidates and minor parties garnering only 1.3% of votes in the 2020 elections. Speaking at his candidacy launch, Bernard Mona said even though the party's fortunes have been declining, he is optimistic of changing the narrative.
The message of the PNC has been a solid one. The only thing that has been lacking is the messenger. We have not been able to spread a messenger that the people of Ghana can rhyme with. You have a messenger that has swag, a messenger that understands what's up, a messenger that is a guy with respect to the issues that confront the people of Ghana. That messenger is Bernard Mona.
According to him, since the Nkrumah and Liman-led administration, the country has not experienced good leadership. He said he is willing to create the change Ghanaians are calling for.
Our languages of origin will be used as languages of instruction in our schools, so that when you go to the market area, we will begin to have confidence that our languages are not inferior to the Englishman's language, to the Frenchman's language. And this is the reason why we want to run. So we'll ensure food sufficiency. We will reclaim the industries of our nation and ensure that we are able to mobilize our nation for greater good.
The PNC flag bearer race is expected to be between Bernard Mona, the former flag bearer David Apasara, and Samson Asakia Wingobit, who are yet to officially declare their intent.
.360. We'll be back shortly.
You know, one bucket of flamingo paint is equal to several buckets of any other paint brand on the market. Flamingo paint, superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage. Flamingo paint, simply superior. You know, one bucket of flamingo paint is equal to several buckets of any other paint brand on the market. Flamingo paint, superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage. Flamingo paint, simply superior.
I love President Charcoal.
Why? When there are so many other charcoal toothpaste. That's both charcoal and lemon. Oh, does it? Yes. Look right here. Yes. Pepsodent Charcoal has 2 of nature's powerful whitening ingredients. With the power of activated charcoal and lemon essence, it removes stains and whitens teeth naturally. Convinced? Well, I am. Just look at your beautiful Pepsodent smiles. For naturally whiter teeth, Pepsodent Charcoal. Pepsodent.
Kofi, catch up to the zip number. Kofi, where's on to me? Kofi! Kofi, you're my main way. Come on, yeah, me dinner, cement war. On a damn war. You confirm out your mouth, too, see,
Jama school fees.
Kofi, and Colani chop money. Namoe. 10 Ghana cedis. Yeah, chop money, I will say 10 Ghana cedis.
Every 2 Ghana cedis, was it 200 Ghana cedis? Chow, they were 539 daily chop money. Net the 10 a.m. Debia. Dial *446#. Now for option 1, but make you lucky numbers. Every 1 goes to 39. Net try direct 2 do seek no home 40 times. Try direct 3, net the 400 times. And now direct 1, net the 20 times. Maybe! Yo, maybe! Efira, Joalet. Masa, spell number, mommy. Masa, Sika and pay the do. I'm a payer. Now me try day 539 chop money. Maybe day 539 chop money.
Whenever you fly to space or take your first step as baby, Soft Care always stays with you.
New Soft Care Space Series is rooted from space technology. Keeps you dry and comfortable for 12 hours long. Offers you the most effective protection during your space journey.
Soft Care. Protect your leap.
Miss VIP Magnetic Perfumes.
Pascal's showing his boss the efficient new technology they've installed. She is pleased, but now she's asking, why is that still there? Pascal explains that the wells can store many, many messages. The boss is not so pleased anymore. If you haven't upgraded your contact center yet, it's time to get business done better with MTN Business.
The business segment is brought to you by MTN
and Napa Foods. Heaven Black Insecticide Spray and Coil.
West Hills Ridge Property, Eden Heights.
It's now time for the latest in the world of business news with Michael Obodu. Michael, good to see you. What's up with GPRTU and transport fares?
They're basically saying that beyond fuel prices, there are other issues that affect their cost of operations.
So they'll go ahead to increase?
Looks like it. Hello there, good evening. Welcome to the business segment here on News 360. I am Michael Obodu. Now, the Ghana Private Road Transport Union, GPRTU, has hinted it will proceed with its planned increase in transport fares despite a projected drop in fuel prices. The Institute of Energy Securities, IES, recently projected that prices at the pumps could decline by up to 4% in the first half of August. However, GPRTU says fuel isn't its only cost component.
Fuel prices have consistently risen since the beginning of the year, starting at around 12 Ghana cedis per litre. Currently, prices at the pumps average 15 Ghana cedis per litre, a situation which has largely influenced the Ghana Private Road Transport Union's decision to hike transport fares. The forecast by the Institute of Energy Securities, IES, revealed that fuel prices could fall slightly due to a drop on the global market and a slowdown in the rate of depreciation of the local currency.
We will be very happy if it's really going to happen that way. Because if it happens, we also see if it can stabilize our business more for us, because we most often complain about so many things, But you say fuel particularly will boost the professional drivers' income, because immediately the vehicle was given to you, the tank was being filled for you. Each time there is a peso or 10 pesos or 20 pesos increment, it goes against you, the professional driver.
So that's a good win for you. Does that then now mean that your planned transport fares, you halt it?
I've already sensitized the public that nobody should expect a price reduction or a fare reduction. No, it's not going to be, because already there are other components which are at their highest prices. All those things having been adjusted.
Now, financial analyst Dr. Richmond Frimpong has expressed skepticism about the impact of the Bank of Ghana's newly introduced centralized forex trading platform on controlling the cedi's depreciation against other major trading currencies like the US dollar. Dr. Frimpong, who is also executive director of the Financial Literacy Africa, acknowledged the platform's administrative benefits, but argued that it falls short of addressing the illegal forex market activities contributing to the cedi's persistent decline.
We still are going to not just relax and assume this is going to cure the difficulties and the deficiencies we have with the value of the currency in terms of depreciation, because this in real terms does not solve the currency challenges in terms of its depreciation. The real causes are macro and they are to the core. And as long as those balances and gaps are not fixed, we would just administratively and seamlessly fix the formalization of the forex market, but it does not in any way cure the currency depreciation as far as the gaps we have identified are concerned. So this is good administratively, but I think we will need to do more. That is to say that it's a good initiative, but this is not in any way going to solve entirely the currency depreciation challenges that we have.
Now, over 5,700 small and medium enterprises, including smallholder farmers, have benefited from Absa Bank Ghana Limited's 1.1 billion cedis investment package, resulting in the creation of 24,000 jobs between 2020 and 2024. The project, in partnership with Mastercard Foundation, is aimed at empowering businesses to create 50,000 jobs in the country.
In October 2020, Absa Bank Ghana partnered with the Mastercard Foundation to implement the Absa Young Africa Works project. The objective is to create 50,000 decent jobs by empowering micro, small and medium-sized enterprises through the provision of entrepreneurial skills training and collateral-free business loans at 10% interest.
So in 2020, COVID was at its peak, and businesses in the country were struggling. The economy was stressful. Businesses were struggling to generate or access funding from financial institutions because at that time, it was risky to invest in small and medium enterprises. It was at that level, at that peak, that we thought that we needed to do something about it because the SMEs are the engine of growth in this economy.
The beneficiary SMEs include G. Billy Farms at Nsawam, currently the largest supplier of fresh pineapple to Blue Skies; Praise Export Services Limited, a Ghanaian food processing company that exports local processed and non-processed foodstuff to the UK, Netherlands, Germany and Norway; Eden 3 Limited, a leading producer and distributor of high-end fresh vegetables, fruits and herbs in Ghana, is also a beneficiary.
Before the facility, there were times when, because our clients had not paid us, it was really tight to sort out salaries. So once the facility came on board and we're able to pay suppliers, when our income comes in, we are paying salaries on time.
So with the collaboration of our Absa over the years, I think they understand our business and have been very, very supportive. I mean, most of the things you see around is as a result of the collaboration and then the support they give us as a company.
We got to a point, G. Billy
was going down because we couldn't even afford to buy the inputs until AFSA came in with Young Africa Works. Through that facility, we were able to acquire a brand new tractor. And with that, we've increased our production to 80 acres and still planting.
Among other success stories of beneficiary local businesses include yielded revenue changes and increased job creation.
Now, 3 grand winners of the Nido and Paa promo had a weekend treat at Safari Valley. This forms part of their prize package as winners for the promotion.
The engagement at Safari Valley saw families of both winners and some management of Nestle Ghana attending. Brands manager for Nido, Jacqueline Bafo-Jewu, explained.
As part of the promotion, which is Nido and Paa promo, where we had said that for top 3, the ultimate prizes, we are taking 3 families to an all-expense paid trip to Safari Valley, bringing them to experience everything that Safari has to do. As part of it, another leg was for us to also educate them on what nutrients Nido has.
Category manager for dairy at Nestle Ghana Limited, Gilbert Chunibu-Akodia, noted next chapter of the promo would be even more exciting.
For brand Nido, this is really important. The fact that we're able to create such an experience for our consumers. A lot of them are very wowed that we have such a beautiful place right here in Ghana. We are very up for a lot of surprises when it comes to Nido. If this is our first year and we've done this, you can imagine what we'll do from the years onwards. So keep the surprise and look out for us.
One of the lucky winners, Victoria Obriya-Boa, who entered the draw just once, recounted her story.
Funny story is that I just bought the Nido for Gary Soakins. I was very, very hungry that day, and I just tried the Nido and I saw the package, so I just bought it and I entered the code, and so I didn't really have it in my mind that I was going to win, so it was such a shock.
And that'll be all for the business segment here on News 360. I am Michael Obodu. Up next is sports.
Kofi, catch up to the zip in my way. Kofi, where is one to me? Kofi! Kofi, Onyeka! Mama, you wait. Come on, yeah, me dinner. There's plenty more. Only a damn more. You can find out your be too see Ofia.
Jama school fees.
Kofi, and Kolani chop money. Na momo 10 Ghana cedis. You pay chop money, I will say 10 Ghana cedis.
Every 2 Ghana cedis, we say 200 Ghana cedis. Chow they were 539 daily chop money. Net the 10 a.m. Debia. Dial *446#. Now for option 1, we make you lucky numbers. Every 1 go see 39. Net try direct 2 do see no home 40 times. Try direct 3 net the 400 times. And now direct 1 net the 20 times.
Lady! Yo, lady! Efira, Joalet. Masa, spell number mami. Masa, sika MP they do. I no pay ya. Na me try day 539 chop money.
Maybe day 539 chop money. Who be di?
Listen more money promo. What's up? You 1 million. Baba 1 million.
Jo, Baba.
Nana, then meya menye sika bebre.
Nana, champagne. Osumbe sanka pito ne snap. Anu tena me de get ha komfo. Ho ka tell me.
Fino. Tell me some more money. Some more. Open the 1 million Ghana cedi.
Everyone is trying to win millions in the Telecel More Money promo. Win daily and weekly when you reload your mobile and broadband bundles. You can win up to 30,000 Ghana cedis weekly or the 1 million Ghana cedi grand prize. The more you reload, the better your chances of winning in Telecel More Money promo. Dial *500# or opt in on the Telecel Play app for free.
91 million!
Telecel, connecting energies. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Colgate Herbal is formulated from unique natural herbs to strengthen teeth and keep gums healthy. Try Colgate Herbal, scientifically proven for strong teeth and healthy gums. This advert is FDA approved.
I am going to check
check my name and details on the voters register.
What's name? What register?
The Electoral Commission, as part of the preparations for the 2024 general elections, is conducting an exhibition of the voters register from Tuesday 20th August to Tuesday 27th August 2024 between 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. daily.
Yes. Then I need to go and check mine right now.
Yes.
Check.
You need to check your personal details on the register, and if need be, put in claims for corrections. You also need to know your polling station.
Wow.
You can also object to the inclusion of persons who are not qualified to be on the register. The name of your relative who died must be removed from the register.
I need to go check for my name right now. Yes. Check.
But you need to know the date and time.
Check.
Yes, towards the conduct of the 2024 general elections, the Electoral Commission will display the voters register public inspection. Make sure you check your details in person during the exhibition of the voters register from Tuesday 20th August to Tuesday 27th August 2024 between 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. daily. Alternatively, registered voters can check their registration details on their phones by dialing *711*51# on all networks. Persons who have lost or misplaced their voter ID cards can go to the exhibition centers to check their registration details. Exhibition officers can help check their details even without their voter ID cards. A qualified voter may object to the name and particulars of a person on the grounds of being a minor, a foreigner, not of sound mind, impersonation, or not a resident of the area.
Check.
Your vote is your future.
Hello, good evening. Let's do sports news here on News 360. My name is Yao Fusula. It's our first story. And former Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp has revealed that his managerial career is over. The German mentioned it in a statement at the International Coaches Congress. Now he said, and I quote, "As of today, that is it for me as coach. I didn't quit on a whim, but it was a general decision. I have also coached one of the best teams in the world, and essentially to say he's coached all of the best teams in the world in Liverpool and also Borussia Dortmund, where he coached. Now, Klopp arrived at Liverpool in 2015 from Borussia Dortmund and called himself the normal one in his first ever press conference in England. He led Liverpool to some of their best years in the modern era, winning the Champions League, the FA Cup and the League Cup, and also ending the Merseyside club's 30-year wait for a Premier League trophy. He is already considered a legend of the club and often mentioned in the same breath as the legendary Bill Shankly and Bob Paisley of the 70s. Klopp also took Borussia Dortmund to the UEFA Champions League final, where they were beaten by Bayern Munich in 2013. Right, so an audacious career there for Jurgen Klopp, there managing Dortmund and also for Liverpool. But let's move on now to the Olympic Games. And in football, that's women's football, as you can see behind me, Nigeria's women's football team are out of the Olympic Games. Now, 3 games, 3 defeats, 1 goal scored. And the Super Falcons have only, they have won only 1 out of 12 games at the Olympic Games. And they've lost 11 of those games. And that's an incredibly huge number of games lost there for Nigeria. And also, they're out of Paris 2024. Now, there was a lot of acclaim for this Nigerian side, but they're out of the Olympics. Right, so now a massive scandal has rocked Team Nigeria's camp at the Paris 2024 Olympic Games after Favour Ofili announced that she had been disqualified from competing. Now, Ofili, who was utterly disappointed, disclosed that she would not take part in the 100-meter race. Here's a report by Thierry Yan.
It is another Olympic Games, and yet another scandal that has enveloped the Nigerian Athletics Federation. The source of pride for Nigeria has so far in the Olympics been the women's basketball team. However, in other disciplines, embarrassment keeps lurking. On Wednesday, Nigeria's Favour Ofili revealed on her Instagram account that she has been left out of the registration list of the 100 meters by the Federation during registration. Ofili was registered for the women's 200 and 4x100 meter relay. Signed up for the shorter individual sprint. Nigerian journalist Jane Frances Nweze says the entire country remains unhappy about the situation in Paris.
A lot of people feel that they should have reached out to Favor, carried her along in the decision making, and let it, at least they had be in the know or give her consent, whatever the case may be. And trust me, this is a whole lot of distraction, for everyone, for people following the team, and for the athletes. Imagine being in a camp where all this is happening. You wake up every morning thinking, so what's going to be the next controversy? And in all, I just think that it mirrors the kind of preparation that Nigeria had coming into the Olympics. And it's no surprise the performance that we're having. So now you also have the Super Falcons out of the Olympics without a single win. But the consolation is that they got a goal. So yes, it's really not a good outing generally for Nigeria presently. But we hope the fortunes will turn in no distant time.
The same fate happened at the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games, where 10 Nigerian athletes, including Favor Ofili, were disqualified. The Athletics Integrity Unit banned the athletes for failing to undergo mandatory tests before the global sports event. Ofili's top 100 time this season of 11.06 seconds is the 45th fastest in the world. The 21-year-old's 200-meter time of 22.33 seconds ranks her 20th in the world.
Right, unfortunate news there for Favor Ofili. But let's get back to the Olympic women's football. And as you can see on your screen now, USA beating Australia by 2-1. And then Germany beating Zambia by 4-1. Zambia also essentially out of the competition. You remember Zambia qualifying to huge acclaim as well. Barbara Banda and her charges could not do that in that game for them, and they were beaten by 4-1. Also, Spain beating Brazil by 2-0, and Japan defeating Nigeria by 3-1. Well, still on the Olympic Games, and Novak Djokovic continued his pursuit for a first Olympic gold medal on Wednesday at the Paris Olympics, where he moved past Germany's Dominik Kopfer 7-5, 6-3 to reach the quarterfinals. Also, Stefanos Tsitsipas will be bidding to end Djokovic's quest for his first Olympic gold medal when they meet in the last 8 on Thursday. Tsitsipas beat Sebastian Baez 7-6, 6-1 earlier today. Also, Carlos Alcaraz produced another dominant display when he dispatched Roman Safulin 6-4, 6-2 to set a quarterfinal clash with American Tommy Paul. Right, so more on the Olympics, and we'll come your way later tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. on Paris 360 here on TV3, just to bring you a lot more updates on the Olympic Games. But also tomorrow morning on your radio at 3FM 92.7, you can listen in live with updates on the BBC on the Paris Olympics, 7:40 a.m. every weekday. But please don't miss Paris 360 right here on TV3 at 10:30 a.m. tomorrow. Well, my name is Yao Fusulabi, and that's all the sports news this evening here on News 360. Entertainment news is up next.
Entertainment news segment is powered by 3 Entertainment.
Good evening. Let's do some entertainment news updates here on News 360. My name is Noella Donko. Now, musicians and friends of Tommy Darling held a tribute concert in honor of the late veteran singer, versatile guitarist, and a man described by his colleagues as one of 70's acclaimed band leaders on Tuesday night. Now, the late Tommy Darling was the leader of the Barbecue Band, the 1-2 Azuri Band, and the Sweet Beans Dance Band of the Cocoa Marketing Board in the 70s.
The life and legacy of Tommy Darling, an iconic figure and a popular band leader, was celebrated on Tuesday night by the host of artists, members of the Association of Ghana Music Legends, his family and friends at a tribute concert held in his honor at the Art Center in Accra. filled with epic performances, personal stories, tributes and highlights from Tommy Darling's life and career. The tribute concert witnessed exciting performances from his contemporaries. The late Tommy Darling, born Ebenezer Thomas Togbok Tamaklo, was a versatile composer, singer and instrumentalist whose works and contributions helped to endear folklore and Ga highlight music to many in the 70s and 80s. He is credited with songs including Ayalolo and other Ga high life compositions.
A very great music icon in the 70s. He was leader of the Barbecues band, Wantu Azuri, and the Sweet Beans dance band of the Cocoa Marketing Board. He was a household name in Ghana in the 70s. A composer, arranger, guitarist, and singer. He played with a band in America as well. He was based in Texas. His main focus was on African music. So his compositions were of folklore and Ghana high life songs.
Iconic personalities, including musical president, eulogized him for his humility and exemplary leadership qualities.
Tommy Darling is my band leader. When I finished the secondary school, after playing with some few bands in Cape Coast, I came to Accra to play with Tommy, and the band was the Wantu Azuri. Wantu Azuri was so big, but Tommy Darling was a great leader, great guitarist, great singer, very patient, and made sure that the band was tight.
His mentees described his talent and leadership skills as incredible.
Now to some more stories. Veteran Nigerian singer, songwriter and actress Miss Onyeka Onwenu has passed away at the age of 72. Now reports indicate that she died on Tuesday night after performing at an event on Banana Island, Lagos. Onwenu reportedly collapsed following her performance at a birthday celebration. She was subsequently pronounced dead at a hospital in Victoria Island. Born in 1952 in Obosi, Anambra State, Onyeka launched her music career in the 1980s. She debuted with the album For the Love of You in 1981 and went on to release numerous albums and singles, including the popular track One Love. Now, in addition to her music career, Onwenu was a prominent actress in Nollywood, earning several awards for her contributions to film and music. Our heartfelt condolences going out to the family. But that's it for the entertainment news segment here on News 360. My name is Noella Donko.
Thank you, Noella. Coming up, international news.
Sudan's military leader, General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, has survived an assassination attempt. Nabil Abdallah blamed the paramilitary rapid support forces, which the army has been battling for the last 16 months, for control of the country. He said 2 drones had struck an army graduation ceremony, killing 5 people at a base in Jabal in the East Territory under the control of the military. But the RSF's legal advisor told the Reuters news agency that the group, which has agreed to go to US-mediated talks next month, was not responsible. Speaking after being evacuated to safety following the attack, General Burhan vowed to crush his opponent and ruled out negotiations. Ukraine says it has repelled one of the most massive attacks launched by Russia since the start of the war. Air defense systems shot down 89 Iranian-made explosive drones and another missile overnight, the Ukrainian Air Force said on Wednesday. The capital, Kiev, was the main target of the attack. Buildings in the region were damaged by falling debris, but there were no reports of casualties. The attack comes more than 29 months after Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine.
Well, that's all for News 360. Thanks very much for staying tuned to us. For more news, you can log on to our website. It's www.3news.com. My name is Paa Kwesi Asare.
And I am Portia Gabor. But before we go on your screens now, it's a QR code. Kindly pick your smartphone and scan the code. It will take you to exclusive WhatsApp channel for 3 News. That's where you'll find everything news from us here at TV3, from our news code cards to videos and details of events as they are happening. It's the 3 News channel on WhatsApp.